All right, I think we're live.
Hey.
How's it going, whiskey heads? Um, so we had to change of plans. If you guys saw the Facebook page, Rob is incapacitated tonight, so
Oops.
I brought Dean over to try some bourbons, some whiskey, and maybe some tequila later. I don't know.
Absolutely.
So if you guys are out there and watching us, feel free to comment, talk to us, tell us what you think about what we're drinking. I bet not a lot of you have had this one because he had to pick this one up in, I heard Mississippi, right? It's from Louisiana, but you had to.
No, I was in Mississippi, and then I had to drive back to Louisiana to make sure that I got this before I headed back to Indy. So
didn't have to. I had asked him to pick me up a bottle when he was in Louisiana.
Yeah.
You know.
And I totally spaced it, so I had to go back.
Luckily, he was able to find it. So this is the. We'll be trying this a little later. This is the JT Mellick from Louisiana. It is a corn whiskey. As you've seen, we've had a little bit of pour of it. It is like a bourbon. So we're going to try that a little later, among other things. But I can tell you, this is a good one. This is a good one. I may make a trip down south just to see if I can find more of it. Because I know they have
this is the normal one. I wasn't able to find the cask strength.
Yeah.
Cask strength.
They have a cask strength. They have I think a single barrel. They also make a rice vodka, I believe.
I think so.
That they have. So we've tried this a couple times, like I said. So I don't know if you can see that on it.
Hey.
Looks like it's a little. That label is a little bright with the lights, but it's got a. I don't know where you're from, a crawdad, crayfish.
It's from Louisiana, so
because they actually farm those as well, so that's why they put that on the label.
That they do.
So I'm going to go ahead and pour this and let it set for a little bit so we can try it as we talk.
Sounds good.
There's no comments yet. As you guys seen the Facebook post, we had to change things up a little bit tonight. We were going to do a wild turkey blind. I think that even. Part 2, because the first one we did with Rob and myself, we were going to air last week. It kind of went awry halfway through. He had made these really nice looking Glencairn toppers. Really cool looking.
Right?
Very as dance dads, we know the color right away.
Yep.
But as we were trying them, we had 4 of them. We were doing the Wild Turkey 101, the Russell's 10, the Rare Breed, and the Kentucky Spirit. And as we started the first one, we get a lot of green apple in there. Tried the second one, we got a lot of green apple in that one too. I don't remember Wild Turkey having this much green apple taste. When we got to the third one, Rod decided to knock the tops off the glasses. And he said, "My bad, I took those off the 3D printer and sprayed them with hairspray." And apparently the hairspray smelled like green apple.
I'm upset I missed that.
I am upset you did too. Hey Chris, how you doing? Pope, Ethan, what's going on? You guys sounded great last night over at the Embeds. Pope, great sound. A big room, by the way. We got a dog running around back here. Thank you guys for watching and commenting. Hopefully Rob is watching from somewhere. I don't know what he's got going on,
but I hear he had a horrible manscaping as
I don't know what was going on. He mentioned some things words that I just don't know. I don't even something about anal bleaching. I don't even know what that was, but prayers with you, brother.
It doesn't sound like it went well.
He's not here, so I think we'll be back next week. We may be doing a live on location next week, from what I hear.
Nice.
So we may be out of the Doom Saloon next week and somewhere else, but and Pope, I didn't check tonight. I know I should have. Can you guys hear us tonight? I didn't hit the mute button tonight, like I did a couple weeks ago. Sometimes things don't go as well.
Well, he said thanks, brother. So I assume you heard.
Oh, that's true. Right? That's true. Um, so we are still waiting to get the 13th floor on the show, the whole band, to do that Sinatra, and Pope brought it up last night. I won't rip the mic out, but Pope, that's that beautiful box that we're waiting on. It did get popped open for a little bit, but we're waiting on you guys to come on over. So that's what we're going to be trying here pretty soon. So
Nice.
that is a nice bottle of whiskey right there. So, so I knew I went to see 13th floor last night, and it's been a pretty, I guess, slow news weekend. Not much going on in the world. So not much going on.
If you live in a cave.
Yeah. Oh, Rob is in here. Look at that.
Hey,
How you doing, Rob? After that horrendous accident.
have you been released?
And by the way, Rob, if you need a bigger bar, you're going to have to make it.
Sounds like a Jaws quote. You're gonna need a bigger boat.
That's exactly it. Yeah. All right. So, since we got a couple bottles to try tonight, why don't we just jump into this and try this JT Mellick rice whiskey? Because
I'm all about it.
that's what I'm about. I mean, hell, you brought it how many miles to get it here? So
A couple.
couple. That's right, Rob. Waxing is not for the faint of heart. You are correct. It's people dig dreadlocks, but they're not for everywhere. That's what I'm saying.
Just please tell us you didn't make any videos, because we don't want to see it.
Oh, jeez. I'm like, what's that? A 40-year-old virgin?
Right.
I'm sorry for scaring anybody off with that talk. I don't know. So again, this is JT Mellick. It's rice whiskeys from Louisiana. It's a family-owned company. I think it's 3 or 4 generations they've been growing rice. And 1896 is when they started. And not too long ago, they started making vodka and whiskey, and it kind of, through the pipeline come up, because you can't get this around here in Indiana.
Yeah, for sure.
This is definitely a southern thing. And like I said, Dean was driving down to Louisiana to the Big Easy and said, "Hey, man, can you pick this up for me?"
Yep.
And he did. So I figured this would be a good night to try it. So it's a small batch, barrel aged, at least 4 years, 48%, 96 proof. Every you can see on the back there, every bottle is hand signed with the small batch number. This is batch 323, and it's got the whole story back there. I can't see well enough to read that, so we're just going to go with JT Mellick. Was a fine gentleman who grew rice, and his family is now making rice whiskey.
Just say you have to get a bottle for yourself so you can read that story on the back.
Hope I'm going to have to agree with you there. I haven't come across it very much, but I hope not to. Honestly,
no. I'll take your
yeah,
for that.
If you've had experience with that, keep it to yourself. That's all I'm saying.
I hope she was fun.
Oh, well, I'm just gonna flip that over now. So let's give this a go.
Absolutely.
See what you think about this.
It smells good.
It's very wild turkey like, almost a Buffalo Trace, but it's very bourbon-esque.
Smell a little caramel.
It does have caramel, yeah. But the fascinating thing about this is I don't know how they make rice whiskey. I thought that was just called sake at that point, but
this isn't sake. I can tell you that.
It's not. Pope loves that Wild Turkey. This guy's got one of the best collections of Wild Turkey decanters that I've ever seen.
Wow.
Great.
Nice, Pope.
Oh yeah, it just smells like a bourbon. It doesn't.
It actually has a good flavor.
It's very sweet.
Just a little burn on the back end.
Just very little. I mean, even what, 96 proof, I think. Yeah. So,
well, that's actually really good.
It's very smooth. You get like you said, a little bit of that hug at the end, but I mean, you're going to get that with almost anything.
Yeah, I was going to say that comes with the territory.
It's entertainment. My dog Harper, she gets up in a recliner over there. It has to be
She's
reclined. Sometimes she misses it and flips the recliner over. So if you hear a loud noise coming from the mics, oh, I don't know what the main profile. It's hard to.
I don't know.
It's hard to like. Normally a bourbon, and you distill, kind of get that right profile out of it. I can almost taste the rice, almost like an instant rice kind of. Yeah, it's just
barrel aged 4 years.
Yeah, at least I think what they're doing is mostly 5 years now, but it's at least 4 years. Hope this is one you would have to try. I can't. It's weird. It's super smooth.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's got a couple of the caramel notes on the nose, but it's just.
And I'm not. Well, you know me. I'm not a whiskey person.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But as I drink it more, I can. Like I said, I can almost get the instant rice taste on the back end, more than I have in any other whiskey, of course, because this is a rice whiskey. But
I wouldn't say it's starchy.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's starchy. I'm at a loss for words on this one.
Wow, it's tough. I mean, I'm not a normal whiskey drinker, so it's tough for me to say what the profile is.
Yeah,
but it's definitely smooth.
And I can definitely tell you, this has changed since we opened it.
Oh, sure.
Before it did have more of a caramel, kind of a butterscotch note to it, but now it is just way smoother than it's been before. It's odd. I love it. I mean, I say odd, but it's one of those that you don't. I don't know how many bottles are on this back wall back there. This is not like the rest. That was on Sesame Street. One of those things stump along.
I know.
She needs some attention.
Yeah.
The baked potatoes back there.
She's like, take a break. Take a break.
Yeah.
Absolutely, Pope.
Rob, I think you might be right. I mean, kind of that. I think that's what you said when we had it before, like a caramel rice cake, which is your typical bourbon flavor.
Yeah,
caramel rice cake. Because honestly, if you're drinking bourbon, you're probably not drinking or eating rice cakes.
That's what I look for when I go to the grocery store.
That would be a good idea if they did that.
Caramel rice cake.
Quaker bourbon flavored caramel rice cakes. I'd give those a try. Yeah, Pope. It's crazy. We've had some bottles that you open them up, you get the neck pour off, you drink a little of them, and they change. They just change.
They all do.
I think we've had some that are, most are for good. I think we've had the Dragon's Milk, that went from one of the best whiskeys I've ever had to one of the worst scotches I've ever had in about 2 months. I know Rob remembers that one.
Wow.
So Rob ate a rice cake once. You tried, man. It's all about the effort.
I bet you it wasn't whiskey caramel.
Should have been. Man, that is lovely. I mean, and the price tag on this,
I gotta say, it's good.
$45.99, and that is an excellent bottle of whiskey.
When I bought it, whiskey, I was surprised that she told me it was 45.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, nice.
Oh. And again, I mean, when we look at, are you not seeing Rob in the text feed? Oh, I think he's on YouTube. Come on, Rob. I'm not.
YouTube, not tech.
I'm
Facebook.
I'm the AV guy here, and I have no idea. So,
it says that too.
Oh, he's got a special login. Yeah,
special.
I'm going to leave that one alone.
Special.
But I think everyone else is on Facebook, and he's on YouTube, so that's why. So depending on what he says, we'll tell you guys what Rob is into. But yeah, so if you guys are down south or just come across this bottle, I don't know how their distribution is going to look. Honestly, I think they only have a couple hundred acres that they're doing. Oh, Rob's on Facebook now, folks, so give him hell.
He's switching to the dark side.
So I don't know. It's a very small operation down there. We've watched some videos just to see what they do, and honestly, I don't know if they're ever going to get nationwide distribution unless they really pump it up. Oh, so you got to cast it to your TV? Oh man, you know, we got a lot of fans out there that comment.
There's nothing else on TV.
I need some AV help because I can barely get a mic to work, or I almost knocked glasses over. That's right, Pope.
Thanks, Pope. I'm glad I wasn't drinking at the time.
Thanks for the visual. Oh boy. I've been flagged on Facebook a few times, but I think this is where we're going.
Rob, go back to YouTube.
Hopefully he was just talking about a tasting profile,
right,
instead of anything else.
What kind of whiskey is bubblegum pink?
Pick one and go with it. Just get that visual out of the head. So again, if you guys are down south and come across some of these, I'm going to try. I think we're going down to Alabama in August. So I'm going to try to find the cast strength and maybe another backup for this, because it is that good. This is Rob, it's getting a little dicey. Thanks to you and your bubblegum pink tasting profile. But yeah, this is, I think we normally say whether we would mix it with something or it's just a straight.
Why would you?
This is just drink it neat. I haven't had it over ice yet on the rocks, but this is just a neat drinker. This is one you can set on the back porch and slam all day long and get into a lot of trouble quickly.
Yeah, I don't think I would mix this with anything.
Yeah. Hope this one was $45.99 in somewhere liquor store, Mississippi.
Yep.
So again, this is one of those. I mean, we've got bottles that cost hundreds of dollars back here. This is one that just knocks it out of the park at less than $50.
Yeah. Now you got me wondering what it would taste like over ice, because I'm sure it would change the profile.
I think we have ice in the house.
Do?
I think so. Maybe. I almost went upstairs to go get some, but then I forgot I didn't take my mic off. Probably a little bad.
Rob has a wonderful comment.
So, you know, Rob, what cocktail uses sake? I'm sure there's some out there. I'm gonna have
You
to.
know what?
I'm gonna have to use the Google machine and.
I'm sure he's sedated from his visit to the immediate care center.
Hey, sometimes you gotta go get good stuff on a Sunday afternoon.
Right.
I've had some of that, so they'll be giving me some of that stuff tomorrow when I get the stitches out. So.
Oh yeah. Just take this bottle with you. You'll be fine.
I wonder if they would let me.
Maybe.
Just walk in with a bottle of bourbon, like, what are you doing? Like, sedation?
I got my own medicine kit.
I don't need this stuff. So, Rob, we're watching the comments. Are you Googling what sake cocktails are out there? Because, I mean, I'd be willing to try it. I don't know.
I'll try anything once.
I say that, but it's usually like 3-4 times before I learn my lesson. So,
Well,
yeah,
depends on what it is.
yeah. Mom, she got in the chair over there. I thought
Yeah,
we
right.
over. So it's good. Hope, I want to tell you that Jack Daniel's Sinatra. Like I said, I got the neck pour out of it, opened it up. If you like oak, you're gonna love it. It is smooth oakiness. Just I don't know how to describe it. It's what I would assume Jack Daniel's was 50 years ago when Sinatra was drinking it with 3 to 4 ice cubes and a splash of water with 2 fingers of Jack Daniel's. I don't know much about him, but that's apparently he does that.
That makes 2 of us.
Rob, what are you wanting from Dean? He's here.
Hey,
Anything?
you're not here. You're not here, Rob, so I got nothing for you.
So yeah, I think that's a thumbs up from both of us on this one.
I
Absolutely.
actually like it.
And you're not a bourbon guy.
I'm not so
You're
much of a bourbon person, but
Which, hey, I called Dean today. I was like, hey, man, come over. We can do a bourbon. We can do a tequila because he's a tequila guy. And man, I think we hit gold with the
I
first
actually
one.
like
So
that was actually really good.
Yeah.
I'm glad I picked it up.
definitely different. So what are we gonna do next?
Well,
Let's put the old Green River. 'Cause I like the Green River shot glasses up here.
we have shot glasses, so
We do, which is where nights usually end poorly. At least we drink out of the the bigger ones.
not the bleaching, Rob. Sorry. I draw the line.
I'm sorry I suggested Rob should go do that.
Well, there's something we could try to put in those shot glasses.
Oh, what is this?
Well, this is a Jose Cuervo tequila, but it's not your average everyday Jose. It is a tradicional tequila anejo.
We just went international.
Right?
Yeah, all right.
Aged in whiskey barrels.
Oh,
so I brought this because it was one that kind of lends itself to the theme of the show.
That it does. So what? I gotta look at this. What's the proof on this?
You know what? I didn't know.
40.
Is it 40?
We should invest in whites down here. I swear. I think it's 40.
Anejo is the way to go, Pope. I agree.
Pope has an opinion on that, I believe.
There are some really good reposados out there, but Anejo normally is the smoother tequila.
Well, I mean, you're putting it in a whiskey barrel. I mean, it's going to be smooth anyway, right? I mean, you get rid of all those nasty tequila tasting.
Necessarily.
Well, if you want to pour a couple
Let's see it.
small pours.
Yeah, small. We're not trying to break any records.
No, not at all. There's been a lot of things broken down here. Records are not one of them.
Yeah, we don't want to break any records either. Okay, one's a little shy.
Feel free to just pour most of mine.
Hey,
no, I think I have
you're the
tried this
whiskey
one before.
drinker.
Yeah, I think
You're the whiskey drinker. I thought you said that you didn't gag when you tried this.
I am not going to comment on that.
What's it smell like? Other than tequila.
When you brought that down here earlier, I've had it before.
Right.
Smell out of the bottle. Smelled like bourbon with a little bit of tequila. This smells like Cuervo out of the bottle. Wow. All right.
Smells like tequila with a little bit of bourbon.
I don't even get the bourbon anymore. I don't.
I smell the tequila, but
it is there.
I get
There's
some of the bourbon notes that I got from the JT Mallet.
I think there's a little bit of oakiness to it, which you don't normally get with a tequila. But I'd be open to letting this sit for a little bit and just seeing where it goes. Because, like I said, I smelled it out just the bottle earlier, and it smelled like bourbon with some tequila. And now it's straight tequila. Should have put these in Queen Karen's just to see. Go all fancy on the tequila stuff.
Right.
Pope, we are waiting for you to bring that over because that's
homemade Añejo Black. That sounds interesting, Pope.
He's quite the connoisseur, I believe.
Nice.
You know, maybe that's what I'm getting out of this. There's maybe some baking spices that I'm not. It's oaky, but some of those baking spices that you get in the bourbon. Maybe I was nose blind to that.
Hey, that's a word.
No, Rob.
No.
No.
All right, I'm gonna taste it.
Yeah, there's spice in there, and it's not not an ethanol spice. It is a black and white pepper right on the tip of your tongue.
Yeah. When you say that, yeah. I see what you're saying.
And maybe, yeah, it's black and white pepper, and maybe like
it definitely doesn't have like the sweet caramel.
No.
Bourbon that we just tried did. It is a totally different flavor.
It's almost in the range of like habanero tequila that you can get, where it's got that spice, which is great for mixing. I don't know if I'd mix this one, but man, that's peppery.
When you say that, yeah, maybe that's.
Look at Rob getting all fancy with his fancy words. He learned that on SpongeBob.
You probably learned it at the Mexican restaurant.
Whoa. Okay, there's that. Yeah, that's where I learned most of my words.
Right. That and SpongeBob.
Grande Dos Equis.
Right.
Look at that. Nailed it.
Wow, you're fluent. You had to Google it. I'm sure you did, Rob.
Well, I'm glad you did. That way you're not just flying off and just throwing words out there.
Well, yeah, right.
I'm not hating it. I would not do, as Rob suggested, shots of this. I would sip that.
See, that's just how I described it. You didn't like dislike it.
Yeah.
Like it's a normal tequila.
Now, to be honest, first time I think I had this, I was not coherent.
There may have been other alcohols involved.
I think it was forced upon me, is what we're going to go with. It was a long night, early morning.
Why do I see we're on the bubblegum comments again?
Oh, Pope's got a bubblegum kiss shine, which,
Nice.
by the way, Pope, that brings a whole other question of if I want you to bring that over here and I want to try it after the earlier comments.
See?
Yeah, what was the last bottle you brought?
I don't really bring good stuff. You know what? I don't remember which one that was.
That happens a lot down here.
Well,
Man, okay, so I've been trying to match my cigars to my bourbon more lately. So there is a wasabi cigar that I smoke, one of my favorites. This would pair perfectly with it. It's got that same pepper note to it, but
nice. Don Julio?
you had to Google that too.
That's funny.
Wait, was it Don Julio? Which Don Julio?
I don't know. It's not this one. I know that.
Oh no, it's not this one. Oh, we have another one.
We have another one that we will be trying. I don't know if you can see it or not. There we go. No reflection. This one's a special one I just got for my birthday. Is this the same one, Rob? That was just 3 months ago. Was I here with this one? You never know. He said that's the one.
I mean, let's be honest. When you bring a bottle of tequila over, are you expecting people to remember
I know, right?
what you brought over?
So it's okay.
So I dig that one. I'm gonna save a little bit of that for later, maybe.
All right.
So do you remember how much this was, or was this a gift?
This was a gift.
Oh,
So, but I believe they're in the neighborhood of the $70 to $80 range.
okay. I'll probably post a link on that just if you guys want to try this one. What the MSRP and the availability is, but it's a nice color, nice amber color, and peppery.
It is. It is very peppery.
Cool. All right. Well, I'll set this one over here. If you want to try the other one.
Here's the other one on tap.
Apparently, Rob remembers this one.
Yeah. Don Julio. This one is a Reposado for you tequila aficionados out there. Private cask. So 42.7%. Aged 10 months. Aged, so that's 10 months.
That's the difference between a good bourbon and a good tequila.
Right?
Aged 10 months and a bourbon is like, oh,
right.
This is going to burn all the way
$10,
down.
Right? I assure you, this tequila did not cost $10.
Oh, the Maduros do pair well with the Anejos. If you go to Humidor, your local store, I can't remember who makes it, but it is a wasabi cigar.
That sounds really good. I'm gonna have to look for it.
It starts like with this white pepper, and probably a third of the way in, you start getting a white pepper, and the back third is this very faint wasabi. It's not spicy at all, but you get those flavors in there. I'll have to look that up. Maybe I'll send a link to that one too. But
All right.
that is it's about a $10 cigar. I get it here in Brownsburg. Amazing cigar. Partners well with some of those spicier bourbons and whiskeys and tequilas, I guess. So, all right, let's give this one a go. I did tell Dean I like this bottle just because it looks more like a tequila or a bourbon stopper on top of it. So,
This does not have the brown coloring of a Reposado.
oh, it does not. That is clear liquid death right there. Who else is out there commenting? Just if you're watching, throw a comment, so that way we know you're out there. So I know a few people were going to jump on tonight, but haven't seen their comments yet. So
Yeah, right.
Hey, that's a tequila.
That is tequila. There's no bourbon associated with
That
this one.
that smells like a sour mash. That's what that smells like. Yeah. But very smooth.
It smells very
just-
smooth. Which
There's some.
it is very smooth.
I even get some. There's like a little bit of vanilla in that.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
It's got very good.
Yes, that is Chris. That's the one. That's the one.
Espinosa.
I don't know that I do the Robusto, but man, I'll have to look that up. I know where it's at in the humidor, so I just go in, grab it, and I don't even look at it anymore. But the first probably inch is a brown Connecticut wrapper, and then it goes to a green wrapper, and it is phenomenal.
Want to try?
Between that one and the Killer Bee, Connecticut Killer Bee, my favorite cigars, and they're all about $10 a piece.
See, I like sweeter cigars, so I kind of lean towards like the Drew Estate
Oh yeah,
cigars.
yes. That's always a good like the acid, the
Cuba, yeah.
Those are
I
always.
like Fat Bottom Betty,
Oh yeah.
Sweet Jane. Those are really good.
Yes, yep. Juicy Lucy.
I've never had that one.
Well, that's a good one. Yeah,
Yeah, I've never had that.
it's sweet. Try it's a Connecticut. It's a Killer Bee.
Okay.
And I don't have the measurements on it and all that stuff. Now, Pope, you're throwing stuff out there that I just don't know off the top of my head. I
Rain Days. Yeah, sorry, that's above my pay grade. Sorry, Pope.
I will have to look at that because like I said, probably about 3 years ago, I just grabbed one just to grab it, and yeah, I just kept going back to it. I've gotten to the Killer Bees now, but my cigars are kind of like my bourbons. I look at all the nice ones that are 50, $60 in the box, but I go, let's find a cheap one that I like. And not cheap, inexpensive, not cheap.
Inexpensive.
Yeah, inexpensive. Why do my cigar names sound a little suspect, Rob? The man with the manscaping incident today says
Just because there's no Clorox in the name, or what?
There you go. Cost effective. That's what I'm talking about.
Cost effective. There you go.
$30 bottle of Green River and a $10 Killer Bee. I'm good. I'm good for the weekend. I don't know. So, like I said, go out and buy a Monica Lewinsky cigar.
Yeah.
No.
Times are not that bad.
Well, all right. Let's give this a go. All right.
Very smooth.
Oh yeah, very smooth.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
As tequilas go, this one is very smooth.
Now, Rob, I think you were down here the last time I fired up a cigar at the bar, and I think you were also well aware how that went. Funny thing about smoke, it goes upstairs.
Something in the desired effect didn't happen.
Well, we got to go outside. So that was good.
Against your will.
We'll go with that. Hope wants to know what that one is again.
The tequila?
Yes.
The tequila is Don Julio. It's a Reposado, and it's private cask. It's a very dark bottle with a red label.
Really cool stopper on that.
Yeah, right?
Dig that.
It is a really cool stopper.
You maybe push me towards tequila a little bit. Now,
See?
I'm not going to do shots of it anymore. Unless I'm at your house, I'm forced to, like,
Yeah,
come from time to time.
when we tie you down.
Yes. But as a sipper, some of these are
Oh, absolutely.
actually really good.
Now these two that we've had, I haven't tried over ice either. So it might be a totally different
Oh, yeah.
experience.
Yeah.
I've had a couple that I liked decent enough to drink, and then they had it chilled at the restaurant I was at. So I tried it, and I'm like, oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
And it was Casa Noble.
Oh,
It was a Casa Noble tequila, and I had it before, straight out of the bottle, and it was great. But they had it chilled with at the restaurant I was at, and it was just awful. It was nearly like sipping on rubbing alcohol. Oh, it changed the profile of the tequila immensely.
I can see that. And we've had that with some of the bourbons that we've tried. That it tends to open those oils up a little bit
Yeah,
more.
it totally changes.
I know Rob will like this, and Rob said about $50 a pour. Is that what you're saying? I mean, we'll pour you one for $50 if you want to.
Yeah.
Want to come over? You want to hobble over?
It's more like waddles, but
Yeah. Good tequila is like bourbon. It's made to be enjoyed over time. I completely agree.
Yep.
I think both lend well to a cigar, just sitting on the back patio and just enjoying life.
I agree.
That's what it's about. Are you saying this one's $50 a pour at a restaurant, Rob? Because I would not pay $50 for that for a pour, but
no,
I go to beat ups a lot.
that's not the restaurant I'd be going to on a normal basis.
Usually the restaurants I'm going to get this at, they wear hats on your birthday, so
right.
Yeah, that's what Rob says, huh? The man with all the information right there, $50 a pour.
Hey, he's well traveled, so
that means Dean's got one hell of a bottle right here. That's
right?
What that means. You're absolutely correct, Pope.
Thanks, Pope. I agree.
Unfortunately, sometimes late in the night, it happens.
It depends upon the desired effect you're looking for.
Well, if you're doing shots of this, you're going to get the desired effect that you're looking for. I can guarantee you that. So as I was going to say earlier, I'm not a Rob like this, and I don't want to.
Rob likes it.
I don't want to do this because this is it's $50 pour.
What do you want to do?
I would try the other tequila, pour a little bit in a Glencairn, and use the old milk frother on it and see what that does. I've never done that with tequila. It's chemistry Sunday here.
Let's
The
do it.
Duke Saloon.
I'm willing to experiment. Not to the level of Rob's experiments, but
pour a little bit in there, and then we'll. That's weird. I'm running out of shot glasses. Pour a little bit in there.
That tequila?
Oh, yeah, that one.
do it.
Hope it's always a marathon over
It is a
here.
marathon.
Sometimes we don't finish. Oh, look at that. Oh. Frothing up the old tequila.
Oh man. I'm sure that'll taste totally different.
Yeah, we've had some really good pours.
I'm so interested now.
We're down to the fancy shot glasses, so the Friends in Christ shot glass.
Nice. Fancy.
All right, so I did keep a little bit of that, so I'm gonna.
Oh, you can compare.
Oh,
Big difference?
well, I don't get a nose profile at all on that.
We need to clear the taste buds. Heresy.
Sorry, folks. Sometimes we just gotta do things a little bit different. The oakiness that was on this one before is gone for me.
Yeah.
It's way lighter. Okay,
The
so
peppery flavor is still there.
the peppery flavor is straight up forward. There's no oakiness to me, but I will say it's much smoother than it was before. To me, anyway.
I might be right.
Like I don't get as much pepper. Where before it was like black pepper, then white pepper, and then it was a little bit of that heat.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like this combined pepper, and it doesn't linger. That's for sure. Oh, Pope, we didn't. We're gonna get you down here, and we're gonna
Sorry, Pope.
convince you on the old motorboat over here. It can do some great things. Sometimes it's heated some things up. But I think that brought
I still have the peppery,
yeah.
but I also have a little, it's a little sweetness in there now.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe caramely. I don't know if that's what we had from before, but
I think you got the nose of the caramel earlier, but it didn't go through the palate.
yeah,
I
I
would
think it
almost.
allowed it maybe to come through a little bit. It definitely changed it.
I almost on this one now get like a pear.
Really?
As I drink a little bit more of it, almost get that, because sometimes you get that pear that little bit of that peppery on the. I think that kind of is blending well with kind of that white pepper. It didn't change it a lot, but I think it changed it enough to give it a shot
Interesting.
with the heresy, as Pope would say.
For me, definitely right now, it definitely smells way different than it tastes. I mean, I smell sweetness
Oh yeah,
for sure,
yeah,
but I don't smell anything peppery at all.
and that's I think
It smells wonderful, actually.
yeah, because you get that pepperiness out of it.
Mhm.
That I can see like a little bit of the caramel on the note, but the nose after we did that, I mean, it's just
Yeah, it's totally different.
I mean, it's there, but it's very light,
Right.
and I think it translates over to the palate because it it's not like we said, it's not as peppery. It's still got the pepper there, but it's not as peppery. It's
Still
not
there,
as
yeah, for sure.
it's not as hot going down than it was before. I mean, it wasn't that hot before, but
Right now,
still,
whatever burn there was is a little more muted now. It's not bad.
as we sit here at Mr.
Sorry, Bo.
Wizard and try to see what next science experiment we'll do next week.
Right?
So I don't think we've what is it the Blazing Saddles? Let me whip this thing out. I don't think we brought this out here recently, but we started experimenting with this a while back, and it's just a $5 milk frother we bought on Amazon, and we have found that on several bourbons, especially the ones um, Rob is still out there. I think it was the Elijah Craig single barrel we tried it, which is like a damn near a hazmat uh, pour. So it's hot. It's just Kentucky hug all the way down.
Is that when we were outside?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And we put this thing in there, and it was one of the better whiskeys I've ever had after doing that. It was super sweet, easy to drink, and just from 15 seconds of the milk frother in it, it just opened everything up and it took the hug away going down. So oh, Pope's going scientific on us too
Oh
here.
my gosh, Poe.
I would say, I mean, I got that. I don't know that I got I don't know that I got the cinnamon on it.
No.
There was definitely the pepper and the vanilla that we talked about. This one, I don't know that I got the cinnamon, even after the froth, before or after the froth. So
Yeah, the before this one, my favorite was Don Julio, just straight up Don Julio Anejo. It wasn't this private cask.
yeah,
Well, actually, this is Reposado, but Don Julio Anejo has traditionally been my favorite.
hi Gene, thanks for tuning in with us. Well, Pope, I think we got that because the
Okay.
cinnamon very faint. So
All right.
maybe I can't work on a laptop. This is ridiculous.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You know, technology gets harder as the show goes along. So.
If anybody wants to be an AV person for our show and take this crap out of my hands,
Right.
at least I turned the mic on this week. That's all I can say. That was good.
You know, that's progress.
It is progress. That's what it's all about. Who else is out there? I mean, we got Gene popping in, which I appreciate you coming by. I mean, that's
Hi,
awesome.
Gene, welcome.
Um, we're trying a new setup this week. I say we. I mean, you're definitely a new setup this week. You haven't seen most
Yeah,
of this.
right.
Uh,
You're welcome.
I got my screen and my camera out there. Not even Rob has seen this actually, and he's part of the show.
Not tonight.
So we took the big blue lights off back here this week. Tell us what you think, how it looks. I can only see. I see 3 screens right now and they all look different. So I have no idea. But let us know so we can, fix things as we go and make this a better channel at this point. So,
Sounds good.
So Dean, is there anything else you want to try tonight on the back bar?
Oh my gosh.
No, that's a loaded question,
Right?
isn't it?
Let's see. What do you think would be something you'd like for me to try?
So
To sway me to a little more of a bourbon flavor.
well, bourbon flavor. I was going to go completely different on that. Now, what? Hold on, let me. Rob, are you still out there? What should we sway Dean to get more of a bourbon flavor? I have a couple in mind, but I was also going to go a different direction. Maybe we'll do that after.
Right.
Thanks, Pope. Thanks for hanging with us.
See you, Pope. Thanks for being here.
We're going to get you guys 13th floor on here. We're going to do this Sinatra, and then hey, you're always welcome to come over. You know that. Unfortunately, you guys have kind of a busy schedule, I guess. We play like 5 shows a week now. Rob says E.H. Taylor.
E.H. Taylor.
That's a big one up there.
Oh, I see it.
Mm.
We can do it afterwards.
Yeah, we can do that afterwards.
You're on a leash.
We should do the E.H. Taylor because it's closer. So we'll get. Dan, if you want to grab the E.H. Taylor up
I
there,
can do that.
we'll get the.
Say something about running out of shotguns.
Oh, we're out of shot glasses, but we got plenty of Glencairns. Trust me.
Well, let's just switch it up.
As Pope said, goes the time. Yeah, just enjoy it with time. So this is I mean, these lights, man, these light colored labels just do not do well with these lights. Rob, we need new lights. Smaller lights, I guess. Dean, I'm assuming you have never had Colonel E.H. Taylor small batch.
That would be a correct assumption, sir.
So this is a bottle that. Hey Barry, we still got to get you on the show, Barry.
Hi, Barry.
We've kind of bounced around and not done a couple of shows a couple of weeks, and so we got to get you out here. And Gene, both of you, we need to get you out here. Drink a little bourbon and get you guys on. So Barry and Gene, a little background. Rob and I went to go see Pope and Carlos the night before the race at Barry and Gene's house. Nice. We had never met Barry and Gene. We just there to see Pope and Rich play, and the most hospitable people I've ever met in my life.
Nice, that's awesome.
Had everybody at their house just chilling. We ended up. I know this sounds crazy. Rob and I had like 9 or 10 bottles of bourbon in the car. So
what?
We had everybody in Barry and Gene's garage just drinking bourbon from wherever and trading bottles with people we'd never met before that night. Nice. So that is the ultimate of just Speedway weekend, the week before the 500.
Heck yeah.
Awesome. But we got to get you both on the show. I know we promised it that night and we've slacked, but we'll get you out here. Yes. So the other Rob gave us this bottle, put on the bar.
Very cool.
Because he's in Belize right now.
Oh wow!
So he could, he's way better than what we got going on. So we'll give this one a pour.
Okay.
I think Barry actually had a bottle of this that Rob infiltrated while we were at Barry and Jeans.
Infiltrated. It's good work.
So this is one of those, I would say probably unicorn bottles that you don't see very often. If you're down in Kentucky, you may find it here and there. Uh, um, this is one of those bottles that if you find it, you buy it, you put it on the shelf, and if you find another one, you buy it back up and you put it on the shelf.
Nice.
And if you've seen, like, we're on the ground floor of the whiskey tubers, but if you see the other whiskey tubers, there's like 20 of these tubes lined up back the wall. We haven't got to that point yet, but it's definitely a one of those that you want to get. So we'll give this one a shot. Hey, Rob, coming in from Belize.
There he is.
There you go. Thanks for texting him, Chris. So, Rob, how is Belize? Is it better than Indiana right now? I mean, it's warm here. We don't, we don't have the clear blue water everywhere that you see every day, but
Yeah, there's no clear blue water.
no, no. So again, Rob, thanks for this bottle. OG Rob said we suggested this, that we're trying to get this guy into bourbon. He's a tequila guy. If you've watched the show so far, but
I don't know if you've seen, but I've been okay with bourbon so far.
he did like rice whiskey, so there we go.
Yeah, that was really good.
So see, this is one of those bourbons. It's just caramel, butterscotch, just smooth, not.
I smell a lot of different
Yeah, oh yeah.
notes.
And this is 100 proof. It's a small batch bottled in bond. Of course, it's 100 proof. It's like I said, it's one of those that if you happen to be walking down the store aisle and you see it, get it. And I think
Okay.
MSRP is about $50.
That's
But
not bad.
you rarely find them for $50. I think I was at a store in Louisville not too long ago, and they were selling this bottle for almost $200.
Wow.
So
That actually has good flavor.
it's great flavor.
Yeah.
And I've always thought this one, you get the heat and then it goes away.
Mhm.
Like you're expecting that heat to go all the way down, get the Kentucky hug.
No,
It doesn't go there.
it doesn't happen.
It's like at the top of the palate and then
It stays right there, and that's it. That's really good.
So Rob, I got to ask. I mean, are you going to leave Belize and come back to hang out with us at the Doom Saloon Bourbon Bar, or
Right?
you're just going to stay down there? Because I know what I would do.
I know. My wife and kids might have a different decision, but
I guarantee they'd have the same decision. It's just you would have to take them with you.
right.
That's how that works. Oh, back Wednesday night. Nice. Well, we'll get you guys over here. Have a safe flight back.
Absolutely.
So, guys, I appreciate everybody being on here tonight. We had kind of a change of plans. Rob, one of these days we're going to do the wild turkey blind. We're 0 for 2 now. Little green apple hairspray and
right.
manscaping incident later where we hadn't got it done. So,
Hey, life happens.
Oh, Makers is $25 a shot.
Holy
Oh,
smokes.
wow. Rob, you come here, I'll give you Makers $20 a shot. I guarantee it. We will make that happen just for you. You know what? $19 a shot just for you, Rob.
Rob special.
Oh, we should do that. Make a little money. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
As I was saying, I appreciate everybody hanging out with us with the change of plans tonight. We're going to hang out a little bit here and maybe introduce Dean to a few more bottles. I got to see what my wife
see.
is right home. She's not here yet, so we have time.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for hanging out with us. OG Rob, I'll talk to you about next week. Maybe doing a off-site live event.
There you go.
New G Rob, talk to you guys about hanging out with us. Barry and Gene, we are going to get you guys over here. I swear. Pope's already gone, but so I can say anything I want to about Pope. Chris, thanks for hanging out with us. Say hi to Mike for us. I don't know if he was on here or not, but I didn't see him. But thanks to everybody hanging out with us. Thank you, Dean, for hanging out with us tonight.
Anytime.
Last minute substitution. I called him. Like, Rob, some Clorox. It was bad. He was like, I'll be right over with tequila. Well, okay. You can come over, I guess.
Absolutely.
So thank you guys for hanging out with us. And we will see you next week. We'll go from there. All right. Thank you guys.
Appreciate it.
See ya.